Kombat Annihilation is directed by John R. Leonetti and is written by Lawrence Kasniak, Joshua Wexler, John Tobias, Brett V. Friedman, and Bryce Zabel. And it stars Robin Shou, who reprises his role as Liu Kang from the original Mortal Kombat, as well as Talicia Soto, who played Kitana, and Arena Patina is, and I believe she plays Katana's mother, and James Remar, who replaces Christopher Lambert as Raiden. This movie, usually I give these movies reviews, okay? This is the first ever good bad movie. I'm just going to talk about how terrible this movie is. This movie is so bad that it's so bad that this movie stopped Mortal Kombat movies from being made for a long time. I mean, all right. So first, okay, the movie has a terrible cast because no one except for two people came back from the first movie. Everybody else is new. Yeah, they recast Johnny Cage, they recast Sonya, everybody, and I'm just like, and it wasn't even a good casting. It was terrible casting. Okay, so the movie begins with like the beginning scene from the end scene of the first Mortal Kombat with, you know, the Emperor. I think it's Shang Tsung, not Shang Tsung. It's the Emperor. You know the Emperor at the end of the first movie. He's this big baddie. I just played the Mortal Kombat 11, so I should know this. Like, this movie is so bad that I'm forgetting characters' names. But yeah, the bad guy at the end of the first film, who's the Emperor, he comes out, and this time it's played by Brian Thompson. You might know him as, he was the bad guy in, he was Buffalo Bill and like Joe Dirt, and he was like Luke the Vampire in the pilot episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And he was also in a bunch of other things, but now he sort of just does nothing now, but maybe because of this movie. But like, yeah, Brian Thompson's like the big baddie in this movie. He's the Emperor, but it turns out he's not even the ruler. He has a father who's even lower. And also, spoiler alert, him and Raiden are brothers. And I'm just like, this movie keeps getting stupider and stupider. I don't know if this is lore or not. I hope it's not lore. I hope it's just like made for the movie, because that would be so much better. Like, I'm sitting there watching this movie and just going, this sucks. Like, this movie is so stupid, okay? Like, I'm sitting there watching this movie, okay, Mortal Kombat, and just wishing, oh, this is so bad. My mother watched it with me, and she hated this movie. She said it felt like an episode of Power Rangers, like, met the original Mortal Kombat, but a much worse version. Like, this movie's so bad, okay? So it starts out with that scene, like, and then, like, of the Emperor showing up, and then all of a sudden, he snaps his fingers, and, like, a bunch of other people show up in, like, bad CGI, and they're like, and you're just like, this is the stupidest thing ever. And then, like, Katana's mother, she's like, Mother, you're alive. And she goes, too bad you would die. And I'm just there's so much shitty acting in this movie. The first time it's alone, just so much shitty acting. And then on top of it, like, Johnny Cage gets killed, and they get their butts whooped, and at one point Raiden's like, stop, or else I will kill your people, and if you don't let my people go. And then so Johnny Cage, so the Emperor snaps Johnny Cage's neck, even though he already said, I will kill your people, and he doesn't. So Raiden's a liar. And also, he just seems like, James Remar seems like he was phoning this performance in. Like, he doesn't even feel like at least Christopher Lambert, he actually felt like he was committing. This guy just feels like, yeah, I'm Raiden. So what? Yeah, put him down. Mortal Kombat is this, you know? I'm just like, come on, man. I wonder if that's why James Cameron fired him from Aliens. Like, he was just phoning it in. I wonder, he did say back in the 80s and 90s he had a drug problem. So I wonder if this was during his drug problem or was it after. Either way, I'm not speaking to him as a person. I'm just saying his performance in the movie was terrible. Like, I kind of wish Christopher Lambert would have came back. Which, fun fact about this movie, Christopher Lambert said, I did not do this movie because, you know, I was busy doing Fortress. Well, it turns out he actually said the reason was he read the script. He could have done both, but he read the script and said, this is god-awful. I'm not doing this movie. I'm like, I don't blame him. I really don't. This movie's so terrible. In fact, there is a scene where they're just rolling around in balls. Like, literally, there's a movie called Blank Check, and there's a scene where they're just rolling around in balls. And it just reminded me of that, and I was watching going. And then on top of it, if you ever seen American Pie, there's a scene, a very raunchy scene, with a girl, with Jim and the girl in a bedroom in that movie, and they're playing this song. That song is in this movie. And I'm just watching that. That's like the middle of the scene with like Nadia. In this scene at the very almost beginning, they're in a ball and they're just playing the song, and I'm just sitting there laughing, thinking about Jim from American Pie in his bedroom with Nadia. So they're laughing so hard listening to this music, and like they play a lot of techno songs in this movie, and it's like not even good. Like, it's just terrible. Like, you're just watching, going, "This is stupid." Every 5 minutes, I'm like, "This is stupid." And then on top of that, like after they killed Johnny Cage, you know, Sonya, who hasn't even really had a relationship or nothing with Johnny Cage in the first movie, is all of a sudden drawn and attached to him, and she's so sad. Although Liu Kang forgot about Johnny Cage, like he's just like on to the next thing. And then on top of that, somehow Sub-Zero and Scorpio are back to life, but it turns out he's not really Sub-Zero. He's actually Sub-Zero's brother. And you can tell because his costume's different. He has a scar on his face. Although Sub-Zero somehow, or Scorpio is just somehow alive. And he's like, get over here! And it's like the same dub, but it's just a different actor playing him in a different costume. And it's just so stupid. And he goes, "Suckers!" He kidnaps a katana at one point. He goes, "Suckers!" Just like... I'm trying not to die laughing at how stupid this movie is. And on top of that, there's like people, like he kills somebody, like Gimber kills some guy, and he's like, and then the other girl's like, "I'll join you, and I'm your new general," and then they have to go to like the Nether Realm or something, and then they have to go fight other people, and on top of that, Sonya is just wandering around, and she finds Jax, and he's just somehow got metal arms. Apparently he volunteered for it or something, and he just walks around. You can tell it's the fakest arms you've ever seen, and he's just walking around doing this. Yeah, it's almost like he's the Kool-Aid man. I mean, seriously, it's that bad, okay? And he's just like, "Rrr, rrr." Just like, is he the Incredible Hulk, or is he Kool-Aid man? I don't know. I'm just sitting there laughing at how bad his performance is. And on top of that, he's just walking around punching things, and then they got other people, like at least Reptile in the first one. There's a god-awful CGI sequence in this movie. Like, there's so much badness in this movie. I actually forgot about Katana for like an hour, because you'll see her after Scorpio finds her. You never see her, like, you never see Scorpio again, by the way. He just disappears out of the movie, and I'm just like, what? At least I was expecting to see Scorpio again. At least we'll get some Scorpio action. I'm like, nope, that was it. Just from his last line of dialogue is "Suckers." What? I mean, it's that bad. It is that bad. I mean, seriously, like this is Mortal Kombat. You know, I'm like this, and they barely battle in this movie. It's just mostly Liu Kang running around wondering about stuff. I mean, hell, the original, it was actually interesting, and they had fights. This one's just them running around going, "Oh, the end of the world." And also, can we just say, Raiden apparently is a god, but then he comes back and he looks like Dolph, like a skinny version, a crackhead version of Dolph Lundgren from Rocky IV after he gets like a new hairstyle. It almost looks like a white version of Wesley Snipes in Demolition Man. Like, that's how bad his hairstyle looks. I'm like, it almost looks like a neo-Nazi. Like, it's that hilarious. And on top of that, he's just like, he can get his ass kicked now, and all of a sudden just a bunch of crazy shit happens with him. And you're just like, on top of that, there's like a big final battle at the end where there's like a giant, and then like Liu Kang turns into a monster, and the Emperor turns into a monster, and they're like, "Ah!" It almost looks like one of those 1950s Toho movies with like Godzilla and Mothra or something. It's that bad. Or actually, that one looks better. Those look better. This one just looks like a bad CGI fight scene going, "Rah, rah, rah." You're just like, how bad is this movie? I'm just in there laughing, and my mom's just like, "This is the worst movie I've ever seen." And on top of it, it just kind of ends. Like, the Emperor basically has to his dad shows up, and like... like Raiden turns back into Raiden, and like the guy's head just more, the Emperor's head goes, oh, and it just explodes. I mean, seriously, it's that bad. It's like morphs and explodes. Also, there's like, oh yeah, you hear the Mortal Kombat thing like twice in the movie. I can't really say there's a good, a bad, the ugly, because the whole movie's ugly. So if I had to say this movie going into it, is it good, so bad that it's good, or is it so bad that it's just dog shit? I would say so bad that it's probably dog shit. As a wise YouTuber once said, Jeremy Johns, has said, this movie is plain dog shit. But seriously though, I mean, if you want to laugh your ass off at some bad movie, then you're probably never going to get an hour of your... Oh yeah, this movie's long, by the way, too. It's not like 5 minutes long, or 10 minutes, or 45 minutes. This movie is like almost 2 hours, and I'm like, this is the stupidest 2 hours I've ever spent in my life. I've never seen that movie before, and I watched it, and I was just sitting there counting my hours, saying, there's 2 hours I'm never getting my life back. Like, I'm never going to watch this movie again. I don't care if they do a sequel to the 2019 or 2021 version. I'm never watching this movie again. I'll watch the 95 version over, because I love that movie. I'm never watching this movie again. This is my only review of that movie, okay? I will never in my life review Mortal Kombat Annihilation again. This movie's so bad that it's not good. It's just so bad that it's terrible. Although there's a few funny moments in it, so if you want to find those, I'll just go to YouTube and Google it. But all in all, Mortal Kombat is just a bad movie. Thank you all so much. This is a new segment. I'm going to start trying to do bad movies reviews of like movies that are so bad that they're good, or so good that they're just plain bad. Like this, Mortal Kombat Annihilation is just so bad that it's bad. Thank you all so much. I'm going to have a review. I had this review done already, but then some complications with the recorder and stuff where I had to redo this shot. That's why my hair looks different. I had a haircut. And so I'm going to try to have a Falcon and Winter Soldier review out soon too. And I heard that the Venom 2 trailer from some YouTubers, that the Venom 2 trailer might drop soon, so I'll have a reaction to that when it drops. And also I'm going to do, I have my mass thesis already. It's, so I had to go back and reshoot some stuff, but it's done. So I'm going to have that out to you soon. I was going to do an unboxing video this week, but I just couldn't. But I'll show you the book I was going to unbox. It was a book. It was $300, came in the mail. It was taking me so long to get it, and by the time I got it, the box had already gotten opened, and I was just like, screw it. I got this, $300, the book, which, by the way, that's a great book, okay? That's a big, thick book. Feels like a children's book, back. Even though this is not a children's book. I just want to point that out. This is not a children's book. But I'm saying it feels like how big and thick it is. I can't even put it on a bookshelf. I have to find just where to sit it there. I mean... But I'm thinking about, after the math thesis, I might do a thesis on either 300, or I was also thinking about Ninja Turtles. Yeah, because you're doing all the theses on all the movies. I'm thinking about that. I'm just working up some ideas about my thesis, okay? Because I'm going to talk about the thesis of what I should do. But thank you so much for watching. I'm going to try to do an unboxing soon. Like, I got stuff coming in the mail like constantly. So I got some cool stuff coming in the mail soon. So try to have an unboxing for you. Thank you so much, and I just want to say thank you all so much for watching, and if you like it, just give this video a thumbs up. That's all I ask, and fall down the rabbit hole for more. Goodbye. Thank you all so much. I just want to say thank you so much.